Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades, and the tax return just came in and it really sucks this year. Anyways, moving on, let's take a look at Bitcoin and see what's going on here, because we did get a very big pullback and it is starting to look like we could be starting to head down towards that $25,000 target that I've been talking about. Right now we're tagging this upsloping trend line, but if this support level starts to give, then we got 25k like on our target. That means it's gonna be my primary target, at which point I think that we could get a very nice bounce from that level, and maybe, who knows, maybe we're gonna make a new high after that and then we're gonna come crashing down afterwards. But overall, Bitcoin is not looking that great at the moment. You know, RSI is now in the negative territory. You can see on the market cipher, you are printing some very bearish candles. Weekly time frame is looking very bad as well. And again, we are still in that red money flow, so there's still a considerable amount of downside left for Bitcoin. I wouldn't be surprised to see 25,000 in the coming weeks. We'll see what happens on Wednesday. It's going to be the CPI announcement, and if that's hotter than expected, then the traditional markets are going to roll over as well, and that's going to be very, very bad for the traditional markets, and not only for Bitcoin. Let me take a look at wave edge here, and again, we are printing some buy signals right now on the 1 hour time frame. I would probably rely on the 4 hour more. So right now we're not really seeing any significant amount of buying. We might get one more dip here. Let's take a look at the daily time frame. Nothing new there. And again, the weekly time frame did print a red cross here a couple weeks ago. So I'm not too surprised if we see a nice little drop to 25k. And again, it was looking quite bullish, and I still got Bitcoin making one last move to 35k, but you know, there's nothing guaranteed in these markets, and this is another clear example of what's happening. We got some Binance FUD last night, and that's exactly what happened. Right? Unpredictable. Let's take a look at natural gas here. Nat gas getting an amazing day, up over 6% or 7% on the day. Let me just zoom into my chart here. Oh boy, okay, we got to zoom in a little bit more. There we go. Okay. So nat gas gapping up at the open here, and it was up over 7% on the day. Great to see. It's actually over the 20 EMA on the daily time frame, and it managed to get over it on the 20 EMA on the 4 hour time frame. And you guys can see that this level has been acting, not level, but like this, the 20 EMA on the 4 hour time frame has been acting as a considerable amount of resistance in the past. You guys can probably tell here, resistance, like resistance, 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 resistance. You just shorted at the 20 EMA, you would have made a lot of money, right? Now let's take a look where nat gas could be heading, because if this is the move that I think it's happening, and we're gonna start pumping towards the upside, then we're probably gonna get up to a wave 1, and then we're gonna cool down in a wave 2, and then we're gonna have a massive move in a wave 3 towards the upside, possibly as high as $3. Then they get a pullback in wave 4, and then complete a move in wave 5, making a new high. And then that's going to be your third wave right there. And then a 4, and then 5. And then ultimately it's going to be playing out in this bigger picture of a larger wave pattern that I think I've drawn out here in one of my charts. Have I drawn it out? I don't think so. Okay, maybe it's on one of these charts. Nat gas, nat gas, nat gas. Nothing. Okay, well, I'm not getting anything on my charts, but essentially maybe I'll just draw it for you guys right now. All right, let me just find my waves. Okay, there we go. So you're gonna get your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 could be like all the way over here if we go up to $3.50, and then 5 making a lower low. Now there was in the alternate scenario, this was your wave 1, 2, 3. All right, I might as well just draw it if I'm gonna tell you guys. All right, so this is the alternate scenarios: 1, 2, 3, and then this was your wave 4, and then this is your wave 5, making a lower low, right? But however, we didn't make a lower low on the NYMEX futures, which is the nat gas futures chart, and you guys can see at the moment, it's looking quite bullish for nat gas on the on the daily time frame. Let me just hop over to wave edge, because I don't think we did our analysis on nat gas on wave edge here, and at the moment nothing on the weekly time frame. Monthly time frame, we close with a green cross, so it's still looking like a really bullish month for nat gas. a lot of things can happen in 1 month. So it's very possible that we could pump up, to $3.50, get a 50% move in that gas. That would be amazing, but we'll have to follow up with you guys on that. Green cross on the daily, and I don't think we got anything on the 4-hour other than a significant amount of buying, but that's about it. Let's take a look at the indices now. Now I've penciled in a nice little level for a short here, a very big short for the S&P 500. So right now, we actually did this inside the Discord. You have this massive, trend line right here, dating back all the way from 2012, going all the way to 2020, and now, oops, let me just put that level back. And now we're going back to, we're in 2023, and now we have this channel that I've drawn out as well. You take these two touch points here, you pull your channel up to the top of the all-time high in the stock market, and you pull it, you extend your channel out, and now you can find your next major resistance point, which is going to be 4,200 on the CPI. And then you have other, other points of confluence coming in, which is the 4,200 resistance level, which has yet to be broken still. And I really believe that once we tag this potentially, on this point right here, we're going to mark it for you guys right there. And it's going to be either on, Wednesday or Friday of next week. If we get to that level, we hit that resistance point and we reverse with a strong high volume candle and a red volume candle, right? We have a big drop in the market with a high amount of volume. That for me is going to be your top in the market, and we are going to start our next leg down towards 3,400 to 3,200. And again, I do not know what the catalyst is going to be. Is it going to be another regional bank failing? Is it going to be mass layoffs? Is it going to be, a huge spike in unemployment claims? I do not know what's going to happen, but it is going to be a very big catalyst that is going to drive the markets lower. Okay, but right now, this is what the charts are telling me, and it's not looking too good at the moment. Now I'll give you guys another hint of what, of why I think the markets are going to drop as well. And we did something similar here back in 2022. So essentially, you guys can see we had another type of trend line right here on the NASDAQ, right? Beautiful trend line, resistance, support, support, and then resistance once again, and then resistance right there. And then you had your 200-day EMA when you had your retest, right? You had your massive bear market rally, your retest, and then you had a beautiful double top as well. And let me just draw, I think that this trend line was coming into a certain level as well. And then you actually had like 1, 2, 3, 4 points of confluence for a massive area of resistance. And then boom, you got your massive drop in the market as well. And then, we've been the story goes on, right? The bear market of 2022. And now we are starting to slowly float up as well here. We have an upsloping trend line again in the NASDAQ. Nice point of resistance here. It's very possible that we could even go as high as 17,700, but I don't know. I won't rule anything out at this point. These markets are extremely crazy and extremely delusional. And delusional markets, you want to be careful because they can roar higher. Okay. Anyways, I think that's it for my analysis today. I don't really have anything much to cover. It was pretty much like a pause day today in the markets, other than Bitcoin dropping. Gold is at some resistance right now, and I believe that gold is getting ready for its next leg down right here, potentially down to 1900. But if gold gets anywhere near the lows of like 17 or 1600, I am going to be buying with both hands. I wish gold would go down to that level. And let's take a look at silver. Silver is looking pretty weak at the moment. You had your big bearish divergence here. You made a slightly higher high and a significant lower high on the RSI. I think silver is getting ready for a pullback down to potentially $22 to as low as $20. Okay. All right. Those are my levels. Feel free to join the Discord. Links in the description. And I love you all. Thank you so much. We're almost at 25,000 subscribers, and it's time to go pay my taxes. Peace.